Storyline overhaul. The storyline has been reworked. As a result, progress on main and side quests will be reset. Oh my god, I forgot. You guys, we're getting 3 more chapters. 3 more chapters. 3 more chapters. Ah! We didn't think we'd even get 1 more chapter. There's no fucking way that this game is coming out at the end of March. What's up, guys? So, it's here. The patch is here. Well, no, sorry. The patch notes are here. The patch will be here tomorrow night at almost... They'll be patching 24 hours from now, if I did my UTC calculations correctly. Oh, boy. So, this isn't unexpected. It's not like they're upending everything we know and we didn't think they would. They're giving us an entirely new game tomorrow. My first thought, we're going to go through the whole thing, right? So there's no way that this game is coming out in 5 weeks. There's no way. 4 weeks, 5. They are literally, you wouldn't believe, like if I tell you, you won't believe it. Like they're literally gutting the entire system for acorns and heroes, giving us a totally different one, completely different. From the notes, it sounds like it will now be acorns to get the plus and copies to change colors. You see what I'm saying? Like they switched it. It was copies, acorns, copies, acorns, copies, acorns. And from the way that the notes read, it sounds like they're changing everything so much that it might literally be now acorns, copy, acorns, copy, acorns, copy. So what happens with my Mythic Plus Shakir, for example? So he's Mythic Plus right now, and he would need acorns to go to Supreme, and he's so my favorite hero. Love Shakir. Loved Shakir before he was even so awesome to use. He's just a great character. If you know my show, you know that we love lore. I have a lore show. It's called the Esperia Chronicles. Lots of new videos coming out this week from our episodes the last couple weekends, but we do lore every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on Twitch right now. Although I am going to be streaming on YouTube all week long if you want to see what I have to do. And I know I promised you guys patch notes. I swear to God we're going to get into them. But like, these are just first thoughts. So right here is where it says S-level hero ascension compensation. The number of acorns required to ascend S-level heroes from legendary to ledge plus, mythic to mythic plus, supreme to supreme plus has been adjusted from 50 to 150 to 150 to 50, 100, 200. So those add up to 350 there, and this it's still 350. It's just gonna be more expensive at the end and less expensive in the beginning. And there's some reasons for that's generally that's great. The supreme bumps are the biggest bumps in the game right now. Who knows if those stats are the game's gonna be totally different. We should just go through the notes. Let's just go through the notes, guys. Oh man. Okay, so they're just redone the entire game. So I'm trying to work out a thing, and that's not what you're here for. I'm working out whether we should just buy the acorns that I need in order to jump Shakir up. And then see it. That's a separate story. Let's go over the notes and then I'll make a separate video about that maybe. Okay. Sorry for the craziness, but it's just fucking crazy here. Okay. In order to improve your game experience, and by the way, this was sent 44 minutes ago. So I turned around and started sending this out to you guys. Just literally turned around and started recording this for you as soon as I read it. In order to improve your game experience, the server will undergo maintenance on February 20th from 7 to 9 UTC to update 1.0.11. As far as I know, I believe that will be 2 a.m. Eastern and come up at 4 a.m. Eastern. They'll go down at 11 p.m. Pacific and be up at 1 a.m. Pacific, at which point I will try to be awake and stream for you all the absolute madness that's going to ensue. They're resetting all the acorns, all the characters, all of the... I mean, literally everything. They're resetting everything. Absolutely everything. And they're giving us insane amounts of diamonds to compensate for. So they're resetting the ways that the entire set of abilities, all the enhancement abilities are moved to the end of Supreme. There's new abilities added somewhere along the expansion of a hero, the ascension of a hero. There's no longer items required for the activation of the enhanced equipment, the extra equipment. No longer uses an item to initiate. It goes to 0 on its own, and then you build it up, not to 10 or 15, but now it's to 15 and 25, so it goes farther, of course. Gosh, this from the same people that just improved signature items to 40 for everyone. It's crazy, but let me just read through it. Okay. In order to blah, 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 blah. Okay, major updates. Added A-level hero Walker, the Lone Ranger. We know how he was during the Beta Voyage. I actually really enjoyed him. I think he's a pretty good support. He's like he's technically a rogue, which is weird, but he is a good control hero who can, like, he does stuns, right? So he can do crowd control with these stuns, and that's why he's a rogue, is he's in your face with the gun. He's not a ranged gun shooter. Added the new Primal Lord feature. This is like a world boss. You can find the Primal Lord in specific regions where they will awaken and challenge them to compete for leaderboard rewards and qualify for entry into the Eternal Inscription. Those who enter will have their names permanently listed in the Primal Lord challenge on the server for eternal glory. Storyline overhaul. The storyline has been reworked. As a result, progress on main and side quests will be reset. Oh my god, I forgot. You guys, we're getting 3 more chapters. 3 more chapters. 3 more chapters. Ah! We didn't think we'd even get 1 more chapter. There's no fucking way that this game is coming out at the end of March. If it is, they are absolutely testing this without the use of their beta testers. There's no way that there is enough testing on this game. At least it shouldn't. There's no way that these kind of changes can possibly get properly weighed and balanced and worked for them to release this as a worldwide game for everyone to dump their money into with all the excitement they're building in 5 weeks from now. There's just no way. But if they're going to try, which God knows they probably will, you should be here to check it out because I'm going to be streaming it every single day. I'll either be here on YouTube at youtube.com/DangerGrey or twitch.tv/DangerGrey, where I did start my streaming career. I really like the YouTube setup. I'm exploring both, but I'm going to be on YouTube all week this week as the patch goes live. And next weekend, I'll be back in my usual place on the weekends on Twitch, and we'll see where it goes from there. But look for me here all week. And for the next 5 weeks, you can find me at both places, I'm sure of it. And we're going to explore what the hell this game is going to look like from now until release. 3 more chapters, and everyone's getting their whole game reset. We don't have anything done. We're going to get to redo the entire story, all the quests. They've reset even the things where you leave the messages, the cairn postings, totally reset. So we're going to be doing the whole story with 7 fucking chapters. My inclination is going to be to blast through it and rush, but I know that there's going to be other people that do that too, and I am going to want to stream a lot of it, so I'll try to find a balance between pushing breakneck and wanting to at least experience the story and share it with you guys and stream, so we'll have to find some kind of balance, but I am going to be right there at the front end of it. You can expect me, though, when the game actually releases, whenever that is, to be pushing a new free-to-play account on the main servers and pushing for, you know, at least the front of the pack. I'm not necessarily going to go all night every night for 4 days like, you know, I did for Diablo and that kind of thing for World 100. We may end, I don't know. I'm not going to promise it. Anyway, you can expect when the game releases that I will go hard just as fast as we can. For the next 5 weeks, though, I'm going to be pushing it at some kind of pace where we can actually all experience it and see it, and we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, the complete overhaul of the story has been redone. Items in your inventory. Oh, also, if you want to see what the story looked like, there's going to be some. I'm going to be streaming today on YouTube. I'm going to be streaming. Been pushing a new account that I had saved. I've been pushing the original beta story as far as we could over the last couple weeks just to see more of it and record more of it so that we can remember what it was, because I think that it was really good. I don't think they needed to change it. There's a lot of changes that are awful. I mean, truly awful. They took Faye out of the game completely. Unless they've changed it again from Beta Voyage, Faye is completely removed from the game in the storyline. So far, anyway. We were pretty deep into Wilder territory, and we still hadn't seen her, not once, not even a mention of her by Valen. They had a new voice actor for Valen who's, oh god, awful. It's so bad compared to the old one. Again, that's the biggest reason that I did this replay the last 2 weeks. As soon as we found out that the voice actor was different for Beta Voyage, it's just truly, he's Ferris Bueller without the charisma is what the new guy's like. Dweeby, not cool, kind of snarky and rude. The original guy is sexy, cool. It's Valen, man. He's like a roguish swashbuckler. The new one has absolutely none of that. I really hope that's not in there either. We won't know until tomorrow. If you want to see the original Valen, come by today on Monday during the day. I'll be streaming on YouTube. So you'll have the opportunity to blah, 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 reset the world. All right, so they reset everything, everything in Keith's store, rewards, monsters, puzzles, progress for the whole world is completely reset, miasma, everything. We're going to get to do it all again, which is very cool. Adjusted the objective and rewards for some of the quests in the growth path. Right, so there's going to be a bunch of compensation coming from all the changes they're making. And of course, we'll be reporting from the whole guild, Analytica. It's from Season and I down to our incredible every single one of our 60 members is going to be feeling it out for you guys. Removed the Cairn postings, as I said. They took those down. Reset the enemies and mechanisms. Corrupt creatures are gone. Hero skills. Added hero mastery that are unlocked after reaching legendary plus tier. Adjusted the unlock requirements for exclusive skills, mythic, and so hero mastery. That sounds new. That doesn't sound like something we've seen, unless that's what they were calling the enhancements, because it says here that the enhancements have been moved to supreme. Adjusted the unlock requirements for enhancement skills from legendary to supreme. Some of them did seem really elite to me, like I'm pretty sure the Huan 6 seconds of 30 haste to whoever's getting the revitalized heal. That seemed really powerful to me. I mean, I didn't parse it, but it seemed like a really strong one when compared to some other ones. But many of them seemed like the kind of thing that it was appropriate to get at that level. So we'll have to see if they've changed entirely or not. But this hero mastery, this sounds new to me. This doesn't sound like something we've had before. Added hero mastery that are unlocked after reaching legendary plus tier. We'll have to see. Remove the item requirement to unlock a hero's exclusive equipment. I think I mentioned that earlier, but now you don't need items to unlock the EE. It's going to be 0 when they reach Mythic Plus. They changed it from Mythic to Mythic Plus, which is why during Beta Voyage, when I actually got a hero to Mythic during the 5-day Beta Voyage, I couldn't figure out why Cicia, first of all, didn't have her exclusive equipment available anywhere, and secondly, we couldn't figure out where to get the regent. And of course I was saying then maybe they have changed either of these things. Turns out they changed both. There's no longer a regent, and it doesn't happen at Mythic anymore. Adjusted the stat bonuses, as I said earlier, from 16 to 25. If I didn't say it earlier, it's because I cut the beginning because it took me a long time to get over the initial reaction. And if that's true, I'll stick it on at the end here. But 16 to 25, so it's no longer from 10 to 15 or whatever. Now bonuses from level 16 to 25, no longer rivalry stats, which I think is what they're calling PvP. Instead, it's boost basic stats. Compensation will be provided based on your hero's skill development in response to the above adjustments. Please refer to in-game mail for more details. Noble Tavern. Increase the chance of obtaining A-level and S-level heroes in the all-hero recruitment and epic recruitment in the Noble Tavern. Translation, they won't stiff you quite as much anymore. Thank God. Me and my 2 Thorins in 10 months. Thank you. Reduce the maximum number of recruits required for the guaranteed epic hero. That I've been telling them they needed to do for months now. It feels like anyway. Since they stuck it in there. The 80 was just so high, at least for free to play. So but it's really important every time you know one's coming up. Like, for example, during the Beta Voyage, those are pretty much the only epics I got was every 80 heroes, or 60, I think it was there. That's why I got a number of them, is because they had changed it. Maybe it was 80 still. Anyway, they were like the only ones I got, so they're important. So speeding it up is really good, whether or not that's what I was doing during the Beta Voyage. A lot of this looks to me like the Beta Voyage changes we were playing, but also a good amount of it is not. So it's a totally different game. How is this coming out in 5 weeks? How? In epic recruitment, if you recruit a duplicate A-level hero, the number of souls... Okay, so if you really want an A-level hero and you stick them into epic recruitment, you can get 5 of them instead of 1 epic hero if you want that one really... Like, you know, you want to get your Eddies, whose name will hopefully be changed back to Eddie soon. Please let them know that you hate the name Odie. If you hate the name Odie and you think his name should still be Eddie, like the character that we all grew to love, like Pikachu or, you know, Meowth or any kind of like face of a, you know, it's like, it's just awful. It's like changing Mario's name to Chad. You don't do it. Adjust the ascension. So if you really wanted Eddie, you can stick him on your epic recruitment, and you can actually get 5 copies of him along with some acorns. At least they used to. But you shouldn't. You should be getting epic heroes. Adjusted the ascension requirements for A-level heroes. They will no longer consume acorns before reaching Supreme. So now they don't need acorns until they hit Supreme tier, which again sounds to me like they've switched where cards and acorns come in, to the point that literally we don't need cards to go from Supreme to Supreme Plus. We'll need acorns. Same Mythic to Mythic Plus will take acorns instead of 2 epic copies or 12 A-levels as it was. Adjusted the ascension requirements for S-level heroes. The number of acorns required to ascend, and they changed these values too, which were different during the beta voyage. I noticed, and I was asking about it, that it was only 100 acorns to go from legendary to mythic. So it is now 50, 100, 200 instead of 50, 150, 150. So again, I'm inclined to go and pick up those. Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. You know what else? We could go full screen. We may as well, right? So let's just do that real quick here. May as well. Okay. We don't need this either. Oops. Well, we don't need that either, but we don't need burp. This. Okay. And we'll just leave it there. Okay. How's that going? Yeah, it was good. Okay. So let's just do it. Let's just do it. So getting rid of the adventure store, we hadn't got there yet, but they're getting rid of the adventure store entirely, and they're going to turn these into diamonds for us. These are being taken out as well. If you have these VIP levels, if you are not free to play like me, if you wanted them, buy them. I was saving mine in case, of course, I never ever got anywhere near. I think you get these from spending money. I got them as some reward a very long time ago, like that they gave out in one of their compensation things for something I had earned. It has nothing to do with spending, but that must be where these come from, because those are massive amounts of the thing I don't have. So anyway, and their VIP recoverables required. So whatever, they're getting rid of the adventure store and the antique coins entirely. Let's go to recruitment store really quick, and let's how many do I need? Let's just see. I'm just gonna do, fuck it, I've wanted him there so long. It's Shakir, the leader of the human forces, of a band of human forces. Okay, so 54 and 72. Okay, so we needed 100 more than 50, so 4 and 72 is 76, so we only need 24. Shit. Can that be right? I think that's right. That's not even that many. Wait. Yeah. I'm happy to share this with all of you. The jump to Supreme is not that big. It's the Supreme to Supreme Plus that's so huge. But boy, is it huge. Get it, boy. Okay. Now, hopefully, I just spent 150 acorns instead of having to spend 200 tomorrow night. And we are one of 2. And I'll be able to do it with 200 acorns instead of copies. That's why I was doing it. I forgot. So I'd be able to do it with acorns instead of copies of him if they do switch them the way that I think they're going to. But maybe they'll just reset everything when they're basically doing that, except I didn't see in there that they're resetting hero tiers. Either way, that makes me very happy. All right, let's get back to it. I hope you guys are having a good time. I hope this is informative. If you think so, I appreciate it. I am the guild leader of Analytica, along with my dear friend and partner, Season. We are co-GMs of the top guild in the entirety of Journey's beta. If you like this content, please check out, as I said, my Twitch as well, twitch.tv/DangerGrey. Join our Analytica Discord, where we're talking about the game every single day. It's a community. It's not just guild-based. We have a very large and growing community of players there, both AFK Arena and AFK Journey. Our whole goal is to build community for this game. We are extremely community oriented. We want you to come out, say hi. Everybody's talking about the game there, I'm sure, already. I mean, the changes, because all we do is talk. Whatever, you get it. Oh man, it's late. It's already like almost midnight here, and I was so tired. I streamed for like 9 hours today, and I think 11 hours yesterday. So I'm sorry if I'm kind of burnt out, and I'm sorry if this doesn't get edited a bunch. So, I'll try and throw chapters in tomorrow, maybe. Maybe I'll do it tonight. We'll see. If Sima doesn't kill me. Hi, baby. Okay. Males. Yeah. Sorry about the music blasting too. I just realized it was. That's the kind of shit. All right. Adjusted the ascension requirements for S-level heroes, blah, blarg, blarg, blarg. Right, okay, so they did that. Ascension requirements for Celestial and... Okay, so no changes to Celestial and Hypogean heroes. So no reason to go spending those necessarily. Compensate, but then this note was weird. Note, compensation will be provided based on your hero's ascension development in response to the above adjustments. Please refer to the in-game mail for more details. Like, what? Everything will be the same. You will get compensation. I don't even know. We're just gonna have to see what it looks like. Arcane Labyrinth. Added the Arcane Labyrinth quest event where featured heroes will receive bonuses. So there's a bunch of new different reward systems or adjustments to existing reward systems like the Noble Path, the Growth Path. They're going to mail us all those differences tomorrow, apparently, or the day after. It says within 3 days, so maybe it won't. But in the past, we've gotten it all as soon as the patch hit, and it was all in the mailbox, basically. So it's going to be a big night tomorrow night, I tell you what, guys. They made changes to the Arcane Labyrinth on Beta Voyage as well, which I really liked, was that you no longer were using your heroes at the Ascension tier that you have them. Your heroes would automatically be set to the Ascension tier that they think is ideal for that content. So right now I've cleared 10 of the 11 floors of Labyrinth, the newest Labyrinth that they added, a few months ago. As free to play, I don't have I'm getting an army of Supreme Plus, but I'm still missing several key components, namely Supreme Plus Thorin, or even Mythic Plus Thorin, Mythic Thorin, so that he can stand in front and do the main thing that he does, take damage for the guy behind him. Anyway, they change your heroes now will automatically be X ascension level depending on the difficulty level of the labyrinth that you're attacking. So I think it's a really smart change. I think it allows players to test themselves and their ability to play this game rather than how much they've spent. And anytime there's changing the game in that direction, I think it's a win for the game as a strategy game, as a place for incompetent players who want to compete. It's just, I think it's healthy for the game in every way when they make a change like that. So I really like that. I got to give them props on that one. That's in here somewhere too, they say it. Adjusted requirements to unlock difficulty levels in the Arcane Labyrinth. Now when deploying heroes, their tiers will automatically be adjusted in the recommended tier for that difficulty level. In addition, the number of floors in the Arcane Labyrinth has been tailored for each difficulty level. You may always choose to challenge again after winning or losing a battle. Compensation will be provided based... So what is that? You will always choose to challenge again after winning or losing a battle? Like... I don't know if that means that if they die, they didn't die, like it is right now in battle drills, which is awesome that we can retry and not lose those stats, or if that just... I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. So we'll have to find out what that means. I'm like leaning off the screen here, like... So this is what I think, guys. Oh boy, it's so much. I was going to bed when this came out. We thought it was going to be sometime this week. We didn't know it was going to be tonight. Well, tomorrow night. Okay, compensation will be provided based on your Arcane Labyrinth progress. I have streamed for 20 of the last 48 hours, 36 hours. Compensation will be provided based on your Arcane. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Emporium, they removed the general store. This was in Beta Voyage as well. I'll slow down for the people in the back. Remove the general store. Items previously available in the general store can now be purchased separately from the guild store. This was exactly how it was in Beta Voyage. The important things, the mail and the acorns, were available under guild store. So if you saw me playing Beta Voyage on all those streams, it's there. As soon as you go to guild store, it was like this own little daily section, and then there was a monthly section with some of the rewards that I think are guild rewards now. And anyway, they removed the general store entirely. Removing the adventure store. Cosmetic items previously sold will return in future updates. That's like the eye patch and the sword and shit. The stuff for spenders. Adjusted the prices of certain items in the dream store and the recruitment store. In response to removal of antique coins, your inventory will be converted to diamonds. Unlock requirements for certain features you've already unlocked are not affected. Just the unlock requirements for certain features. Features you have already unlocked are not affected. Huh. Certain features? That's so vague. That's so vague. It's its own point in here. It's number 9. So these are all numbered, right? With lots of letters to... This is its own number on the patch notes. 9. Adjusted the prices of certain items in the... No. 9. Adjusted the unlock requirements for certain features. Features that you have already unlocked are not affected. 10. Removed the temporary increase in AFK rewards from previous versions. Okay, so now we're no longer... Oh, I don't know what that means, actually. AFK rewards, I'm not sure. I thought for a second it meant the weekly mail for beta, but now it doesn't sound like that. You can now obtain specific materials for each artifact through Growth Trials. They changed the artifacts, which they did again in Beta Voyage. Our artifacts were now like a necklace that our character wears, our MC, the main character, wears and casts using in combat as though you are a character fighting too. It's really great change. It's how the game was originally when I started playing it in beta in April, when we first started these accounts. That's exactly how it was. So it went from casting spells. There actually were originally spells we cast, I think with a necklace thing, kind of like this is the new one's going to be, and an artifact, which is like these little guys, these little items. And you would have an artifact that affected the team and a spell that you cast as the caster, and you would pair you could pick one and then the next. And it was it added some really nice mild customization. Then they decided they were going to combine everything and made it so that theoretically these things are all those things put together, but they're not. They're not as strong as we were able to be by choosing 2 soft things and mixing them. We were able to have more control, but it wasn't massive either. I don't know why they changed it. It was a really great system. However, they've changed it again. I think we were looking, and I think most of these are identical to the new ones. They just have a different name and a different graphic and different spell effects from our hero, although they may be the same ones from April. We'll have to see. But it is a nice approach to the same itemization, a different itemization to achieve the same effects in a more plot-driven approach, which is awesome. Again, serious props. I love it. It's awesome. Anytime they go plot-driven, anything, it's cool. It's so good for the game and for the for the community and for the genre. Really, it's its own genre too. This game's gonna be so good, you guys. Okay. Experience optimization. So we this you can have specific mirrors, blah blah blah. Experience optimizations. Significantly increase the number of diamonds rewarded for reaching a tier for the first time in Arena. Compensation will be... All right, so big diamonds for getting to new tiers in Arena. They added, just like they had in Beta Voyage, there's now rewards for getting to 15 and 20 each week. It's just more of the same, the 500 Arena coins, but it was helpful. Optimize matchmaking for low-level Arena. You'll no longer lose Arena points when you lose in the low levels. It's great. Reduce the storage limit for Warrior's Guarantee. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a spender thing. I don't know what Warrior's Guarantee. I literally don't know what it is. So apparently you can store less things. So if that's a thing that you have that I don't, as the GM for the top killed from battle drills, then be aware that you can't store as much. I don't know. I have no idea what it is. I'm not even gonna guess. Or maybe it, you know, it odds are it's about 50-50 that it's a thing I do have, and I just don't know. Oh man, guys. All right. Added a hero recommendation feature for Dream Realm. Oh, that was in Beta Voyage as well. It just shows like a little thing when you're approaching, you know, when you're fighting the Yeti on the top left, it showed pictures of what heroes might be good and why, which is, it was nice. Added a new difficulty level to Dream Realm and adjusted all rewards. Please be manual mode again. Please let us play the game instead of just watching it. Why you would remove the ability to play the game so you can no longer control your characters, you just have to watch them and hope they do well. It makes no sense on any level from a gaming perspective. Please put manual mode back in the game. Please make that the new level of Dream Realm. If people want an automated experience, let them compete in an automated experience, but don't remove the one that wasn't an automated. Don't you know, don't castrate our gaming. Like, you had a way for people to have strategy and skill at the game and you removed it. Like, please fix it. It's one of the biggest changes in the whole of beta that's really been a step too far for our end game community anyway. It's just like that one is just, there's no reason for it. Please fix it. Adjusted the diamond rewards for AFK stages. Adjusted the diamond cost for instant AFK. It's probably fast rewards, right? Like AFK Arena. Adjusted the rewards for Legend Trial. I also stream AFK Arena. If you guys are into AFK Arena, we have, as I said, the Analytica Discord is also a great place for that. And DangerGrey Discord, we have a really healthy community there. I've been streaming for a little less than a year. We've already got, you know, a couple hundred people that love lore, especially. We're a lore-oriented stream, as I said, Sunday mornings, the Esperia Chronicles. My partner Meiseldate and I do a different subject every week on the lore of Esperia, and so that's AFK Arena and Journey based. Come check it out. Adjusted the rewards for Legend Trial. So Legend Trials, I believe, is the faction towers in Journey. Compensation will be provided. So again, they're going to compensate wherever you are. Adjusted the rewards. Yeah, okay. Reduce the overall difficulty of battles and battle drills. Why? They're not hard. Maybe the early ones. The early ones are tough. They should probably reduce. I retract that. The early ones are too hard. You should be able to get into battle drills and kind of feel it out. Like Riz, right? Well, I guess Riz never gets hard. But anyway, you get... Well, no, he starts out, he kills you. Anyway, you should be able to enjoy that thing a little sooner, I think. That's probably good, as long as that's where the reductions are. But the end of it needs to be harder, if anything. The rewards are pretty good, but there needs to be more things to do than just mindlessly beat on the final boss for a week and a half like we end up doing during a 2-week event. Adjusted the icons and names of forging materials. They're now called forging stones. Okay, so that's improving your gear. You can now use low-level forging. This sounds cool. So they've added forging skill so that you have a level of ability to forge to improve the gear, and you have to get that up. It'll updated the way forging level is determined. You can craft your low-level stones into higher stones. This was kind of, I think, in Beta Voyage too. I don't want to swear to it, but I'm pretty sure there was that they were letting me turn them into higher ones sometimes. I think once I ran out of equipment that could use them, instead of turning them to gold like the system does now, it was turning them into the new one, I believe, is how it was working in Beta Voyage and how this one will probably work if I'm remembering correctly, which is great. Good improvement. Added soulstone to daily quests. That's nice. That's good. So we can get A-level heroes slowly over dailies. That's solid. We need more. I've been playing for 10 months. I still need plenty of A-level heroes, so that is welcome. Added new, but again, how are they going to test these over 5 weeks to make the game worth releasing to them, to the whole world, to the public? And you can delay a game, but God, I'm scared they're not gonna. I'm scared they're not gonna, and it's gonna be totally untested, except by us, I guess. But stay close for the next 5 weeks, man, because it's gonna be a wild ride to get any kind of handle on the best way to approach things. If you're a min-maxer, like probably a lot of you guys are. Added new titles and frames. Sweet. Added a day-night cycle feature. This was in Beta Voyage. You could pick whether it was day or night for you, which was really cool. So if there's a... I kind of made this up, but I thought there was a fight, a boss character, or like a secret character that had only spawned because I turned it to nighttime, and the plot-wise, they needed to, it was a nighttime like raid somewhere in the Wilder Forest, and I didn't see them, and then when I went back at night, they were there. That would be really cool. That would be straight out of EverQuest, my home, my original MMO experience. My first ever, you know, world first pushing raids in 2000, because I am old. Before half of you were born. Your friends and guildmates' locations will now be shown on the map. Sweetness. Also very cool. Added automatic pathfinding across different regions. Auto route feature is automatically auto route is so great. It's a really nice feature. They've had it since the beginning. It's been getting smarter, if anything, and it's just so freaking nice to be able to, if you have a quest thing, instead of having to run there, you go, take me there, and then you can be doing whatever. If you're on your phone, like a lot of you probably are when you're playing this game. I can't wait to be, by the way. I can't play on iPhone now. Only the Beta Sale and Beta Voyage have allowed iPhone play yet. So the idea that you can just, I mean, it works really well too. It's really well done. That's one of the best things I would say that they got right in this game, is the automatic running to places has been really good. I hope it stays the way it is. That's the kind of thing that I could, ooh, I'm not even gonna think about it. If they broke it, it's just the kind of thing they would do. Oh, knock on wood. Added entries about the Crimson Treasure in the guide. The what? Change the refresh time for some stores for every 30 days to a natural monthly reset. So I mean, like, you know, roughly once a month it'll start being really short with you and snap at you, and then it'll know that it's time for the store to refresh. Optimized certain guild interfaces. Sweet. Yes, the the store, the guild interface could use, I mean, it's really cool, like having the guild hall and everything, but I'm into updates to that too. They've already got some really great stuff with the guilds. It's one of the things that I'm so excited to see the future of this game, like the interface we have to be able to dole out those guild chests as the guild leader, and just the whole guild rewards thing in general, where you can pick what kind of rewards you want from each person individually. You can choose like the theme, if you want like more hero producing rewards or more upgrading their in extra enhancement equipment item. One of those words, two of them. It's nice the way that they've been developing that. It's a really positive part of this game. Optimize the trigger logic for certain red dot prompts. Cool. Combat mechanics. Most of these are graphical. Don't freak out. But God knows they're going to have changed a million things that aren't in here either. So it's going to be... It's a whole new game. As I said at the start, it's a whole new game. It's... Get ready for AFK Journey. Are we at 4.0 season or are we at 5? I've lost count. Speaking of season, I'm sure that she and I will be joining you all on YouTube at some point tomorrow. If not, probably what it'll be is as soon as the game goes live, I'll get her on as soon as the patch goes live, I'll get her on Discord and we'll just start doing a live stream. But we will probably also at some point tomorrow, I'll have her on the stream and she and I can discuss what we're looking forward to and we got to get her opinion on here. So look forward to that. Niru, Soul, Iron's fixed an issue where their Ice Spike's second attack would sometimes fail to hit the target, so Iron will get slightly better. Niru fixed an issue exclusive skill would sometimes not correctly target the closest ally. Okay. Parisa, they keep editing Parisa, and I've been saying this for months now, guys, but I think Parisa, I think they want her to be stronger than she has been. I wouldn't be surprised if this is an improvement. Remade the skill effective flower power. This skill is now considered a normal attack, and its stats have been adjusted accordingly. I don't know what that means, but I would be surprised if it's not a good thing. They keep buffing her and buffing her and buffing her, and she's almost usable now, and she's one to watch. Kruger, Dauntless Warrior, optimize the visual effects. Salazar, visual effects. Shakir, visual effects of his ultimate during adjusting the duration of the animation. Igor, the Mad Dagger, it will be more difficult to create tombstones with Soul Siphon. This is kind of important if you're an Igor fan. After the skill has been activated multiple times. See the in-game description for more details. I was actually just about to finish his plus 10 EX, so it's kind of a bummer because he was going to be my, maybe my 10th 10. but they're resetting all of extra equipment. We're getting all those back. I'll read the next patch thing in a second, and then I'm going to go to bed because it's late. And I will be on, like I said, I'll be live streaming tomorrow from YouTube. We can talk all about it. The percentage of HP restored by Soul Siphon after each of Igor's jumps has been increased. See the in-game description for more details. Dianel, Venus Blade, fixed an issue where the attack speed bonus from Nectar Feast would not properly take effect at certain levels, so possibly a buff to Dianel. Keep an eye on that. Artifact, the additional damage caused by the Artifact Blazing spell has, based on the enemy's HP loss, will not exceed a specific multiple of your team attack. Sounds like they nerfed that artifact a little. Damage caused by Artifact Star Shard spell will not exceed a specific multiple of your team attack. Sounds like they're limiting the damage on 2 of the artifacts, but they name them here as the new ones, I think. These are not the ones that... Because, yeah, Blazing Spell and Star Shard Spell, I told you, they're turning them into spells. Some of them are so cool, they have 3 Ls. But it's going to be spell-based, which is just really neat plot-wise. And, you know, I love lore and plot. So the fact that our character is going to be back in the battle... They were still, I know, but like not like they were originally. If you saw my play in April and you know through into July or something. Added 6 artifacts exclusive to honor duels. They made honor duel adjustments. We kind of saw this coming. This mode is going to be so amazing when we can actually play each other. It's going to completely change the game when we actually use that minute to set your teams against someone that's not a bot. Right now we've been playing bots. A lot of people don't know this, but you're playing bots. And when we get to start playing each other, the meta's going to... I mean, not totally. I'm sure Sylvina will still be fucking good. But they also say in here they're going to change all these different abilities. I'm not going to go ahead and read them all. You guys can look at this. Reworked all the effects of several of the things. Proud Greaves needed it. They were too strong in IMHO. Following equipment has been nerfed. I don't remember which one's which, but that's... I'm sure some of that is a bummer. Equipment has been buffed. Frostwalker, I don't remember which one that is, which is funny because I actually play quite a bit of Honor Duel. Certain heroes will receive buffs or nerfs for Honor Duel. See the in-game description. This is the main thing to know about Honor Duel is they limited the heroes to 32 total now. There were definitely more than 8 per faction. 32 total reminds me of War of Wits. And if you know, you know. But War of Wits was an amazing side game that was in AFK Arena back in January 2021, which they eventually took the cards from and made a totally different, much less involved, much more boring version of a different game and called it what we now know to be Battle of Blood. But before Battle of Blood, there was War of Wits, which is so good it could be its own game. Ask me about War of Wits sometime. I'm not going to do it in this video, but I have lots of video of it. I've been meaning to post it. It was amazing. Having 32 designated heroes reminds me of that, where they limited the heroes. It was only certain ones. You would build either mage. It was amazing. Anyway, 32 heroes, so we're not going to be getting, you know, random Valens when you pull Lightbearer. You'll only be getting, you know, hopefully Rowans and... I want to call her Teresa, but that's not her name. Tamesia. And, you know, you're only going to be getting the ones that you want. Probably Lucius will still be in there. You know, probably Marin will still be in there. But, you know, hopefully we won't be getting Valen or... Anyway, you get it. Only 8 heroes per faction. And it says they're considering rotating the heroes in future updates. Please do this. Please do this. It will be exactly what this mode needs so that there can be seasons of it, right? Like this season of Honor Duel, Igor's really good because he can, you know, do this or that. But then the next season, like, oh my gosh, what you want this season is Seth, because if you build it this way with these artifacts, he's unstoppable. And then the next season it'll be like, oh man, Parisa and Iron combo, the Wombo combo of Parisa and Iron is unreal, dude. And it works so well that like it totally does this thing, which means it'll be great if they rotate these. I really hope they do this. Your points, if you earned them, are going to be halved or something, or adjusted the way honor points are earned. As your honor points increase, will become increasingly challenging to raise them further. Any ongoing honor duel challenge will be terminated after this update, partially resetting your honor points. After this reset, if your original points were higher, you will start over with higher initial points. I think kind of like Battle of Blood, if you did really well, like I finished top 100, I tend to start, you know, 100 or 200 higher than all my friends do because you did well. Optimize certain honor duel interfaces. Okay. It's a lot. I apologize for my blah blah blahness, but it's a lot. And it is late. I'm excited about this week. Let me show you really quick the patch compensation. Please make sure you guys like, subscribe, throw me a comment, tell me what you're thinking, please. I want to hear from you guys. I love hearing you guys started telling me, you know, like, oh, greetings from Europe. I love this about the game and I'm looking forward to that. Like, I hear you guys, I see you, so thank you. I do. I appreciate all of it. In version 1.0.11, we're introducing several significant changes. Here's the compensation. We've included an update. We've also provided a detailed explanation of the compensation related to these changes. Please review it carefully. This will be distributed within 3 working days following the version update. Thank you for your patience. Players with resonance levels greater than or equal to 50 before the update. So 240 for most of us. 100 epic invite letters, and 500 ruins stones. I like the epics. That's great. Hopefully I can get a Thorin. Maybe. Not likely. Exclusive equipment requirements. Hero exclusive equipment now unlocks at Mythic Plus instead of Mythic. I think I covered this at the beginning, but that's a big change. It's why it wasn't working when I tried to... I couldn't figure out where my exclusive equipment was when I got CC at a Mythic during the Beta Voyage. I think they didn't expect us to get there, so they didn't tell us about it, but a number of people did. Remove the requirement for specific items to unlock. Right, so we don't need items to unlock. I covered all that. All Ruin Stones, Dazzling Stones, and God's Eye Stones consumed before the update will be returned, and diamonds equivalent to 900 times the number of secret stone keys obtained, which is great because that's how many diamonds I've been paying for them out of the store on a number of occasions. That's the one you needed to initiate to open it to +0. That's what we were using there. So however many you have or have spent, you know, you'll get 900 diamonds. Exclusive equipment stats compensation. Exclusive equipment from 16 to 25 will no longer increase rivalry stats, but will boost basic stats. 90% of dragon crystals consumed from bundles containing God's Eye stones before the update will be returned. That's for spenders, so that's not going to affect me, but it sounds like you'll get all those dragon crystals back as well as your God's Eye stones. We'll have to see. It sounds like you're going to get the God's Eye stones and the dragon crystals back, which I know for some of you is going to be insane. If you didn't already have everything maxed out, you're gonna now. It's pretty cool. There's gonna be a lot of stuff coming. It's an exciting time to step back if you've been away for a little bit. Skill enhance requirements compensation adjust. A hero skill enhance now unlocks at Supreme Plus instead of Legendary tier. Okay, so the very, very most max is where it will unlock these enhancements. Remove the requirement for specific items to unlock hero skill enhance. Reset all hero skill enhance statuses. Diamonds equivalent to 1,000 times the number of enhanced heroes before the update. Diamonds equivalent to 100 times the number of impure divine ashes in your inventory before the update. Okay. So if you have those enhancement stones, I think we spend them, right? I think if you have them and you're sitting on them, if you spend it, because I have like 34 of them. Let's go look. Hold on. Oh, I got his already. His is really cool, man. His attack is increased by 40% until the battle ends when a vulnerable enemy is defeated by Vital Strike, up to twice. So that's only good in groups of enemies, but it makes him more useful. If he wasn't so fragile, is the only thing with Kruger, unfortunately. Who do I not have it on yet? Maybe Leica? No, I bought hers. I guess. Hold on. We'll just have to go through them all. I think there's some. Maybe this may be a moot point because I may have just done them all. So, yep. Yeah, there's nobody. Okay. I have been wondering if I should do Tamisia or our boy Corin, who's been doing so well. Damage dealt by enemies 1 tile beyond is reduced by 25%. Oh, that's pretty good. Is that damage to everyone or just to him? If it was to everyone, it'd make him a way stronger hero. And I swear we're going to wrap it up and I'm going to go to bed. I'm sorry this isn't edited. I'm just sticking it up on YouTube for you guys because I want to get it out there. Where is it? It was early. Hero Mastery. was an M. Hero skills. A, added hero mastery that are unlocked after reaching Legendary Plus. Adjusted the unlock requirements for exclusive skills from Mythic to Mythic Plus. Adjusted the requirements for enhancement skills from Legendary to Supreme, although later they say it's Supreme Plus. We're going to get the things back anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll just do Corrin. Yeah, I love Corrin. Also, I think they changed Corrin's story. I think they did. I'm worried about it. I think they changed his story, and like that sucks, man. Like, why? What? Don't change his story. You know, it just sucks. So this is what I was trying to show you. Okay, Corrin's story is amazing. By the way, I don't want to go into. He was a thief or a rogue who worked with, I think, a mercenary maybe. He was a mercenary, some kind of life that he didn't like that was fighting a lot. And he left that life to find a better life. And he ended up going off on his own because he didn't like the violence, and he settled into the outskirts of the Wilders where he finally felt he could find peace, and they wouldn't find him because it's one of these organizations where if you can never get out, so if they find you, they'll hurt you kind of thing. And so he actually ended up settling on the edge of the Wilders because no one goes near the Dark Forest because the Wilders are not happy with outsiders. But he found safety there, and he couldn't trust the Wilders, and they couldn't trust him, and they lived very unsure of each other for a very long time until eventually he grew to know his neighbors. One of them started bringing him an apple every day, and that apple turned into a friendship between him and them, and they would bring him fresh fruit, and he would tell them stories, and he would fix things, I think. Anyway, they had a good relationship back and forth, and he started trusting them for a long time. This went on for years, and then one day there was a knock at the door, and he opened it, and it was the guys. They'd caught up to him, and a fight ensued, and when they left, he was badly wounded, and when the Wilders came to check on him because they hadn't heard from him in a while, they found him with his arms cut off completely, as you can see up above the elbow, bleeding out. And they took him to a healer, a great powerful healer, I believe to Arden, and he was able to heal him with Wilder magic and recreate his arms. And that's why I always thought of him as a Wilder. I thought they actually changed his faction at one point, but it turned out that he is actually a light bearer who just settled on the outskirts of the Wilders. I literally had to go back to old, because I was arguing with Mysel and Season that he was a Wilder and they changed his. Anyway, I love that about him, that he's like almost like kind of dual faction, but like that's where his green cool arms come from, you know, like he's got such a real story. And in the new version, they've changed it. They've made it so that his arms are like some dinky thing made by Damien as like a tinker toy, basically, that he plays with and tries to make them for him. And they made him a totally different person. But isn't that a wonderful story? Why would they rewrite that? If they do rewrite it in this new version, please join with me, that and Eddie's name, and let's like get some of the parts of this game that were already so established and beautiful and keep them. I don't know if it'd be beneficial to upgrade. I think it is, because it was a lot more. I think it was like 20 in the other one to get them up higher. So I'm going to do this. Cool. And let's just go. So you should spend these if you have them, because they're not going to pay you for the stones, it sounds like, but they will pay you for the having spent them. It was like 1,000 diamonds per one spent. So if you have any of those you can spend, you should. I think that's all my acorns though. All right, that's the end of this. I should have put that elsewhere, but that's pretty much the end here. Oh, what do we got? 33, 33, 51, but I don't have any unleveled. Oh, I do. Sylvina. Absolutely, girl. Get it. Nice. Yeah. Get it, get it. Look at her go. 1233, 120. Nice. Get it. She's so cool. She looks, I mean, absolutely, like, look at her go. Wicked. Reduces the target's vitality for 60 by 3 seconds. Oh, that's neat. That's good. Spend these if you can, I think. I think it's the right choice. All right, that's all that we can spend. Okay, back to the final... 1,000 times the number of enhanced heroes. Diamonds equivalent to 100 times the number of impure divine ashes. Here's the change from 50, 150, 150 to 50, 100, 200. Corresponding faction acorns equivalent to 50 times the number of Mythic and Mythic Plus S level heroes from all 4 factions before the update. So if you can make Mythic and Mythic Plus S level heroes, do it because you'll get refunded those acorns, I guess. A level hero ascension. Ascending A level heroes to Supreme will no longer consume acorns of the same faction, and the number of required soul sigil. Blarg blarg. Dream fragments equivalent to 300. Actually, wait, never mind. That won't give you any back. See, I can't even think right now, but we are doing things, I think. My Shakir, that's the one. I think my Shakir upgrade may come out on top. We'll see. It doesn't sound like they're going to reset heroes, so I think that was the right choice, but we'll see. Dream fragments. Guys, I'm burnt. I gotta go. It's going to cost you a bunch. So there's no longer acorns anywhere in the A level heroes. There's S level and A level heroes, right? So there's no longer acorns required anywhere except for Supreme to Supreme Plus is what this says, which again means they're flipping cards and acorns. If that holds true, it's a bunch more copies of A-level heroes. I did notice this during Beta Voyage. It felt like it was fucking reach and a half to get as many Marins as I was, or Marilees as I was going to need to get her up, or Eddie, or any of the important early game guy, Kruger, you know, whoever. It felt like it was more and more and more. Viperian is the new hot ticket. You want to build Viperian. I'm telling you right now, because of the way that he works with Cecia and Thorin, that is my secret. It's what I'm going to be doing. At least we're going to be testing it here the next couple weeks. I highly recommend thinking about it because you need a Graveborn to pair with the 2 of them, and then you swap the other 2 heroes out any way you need for the battle. Use Hewin and Leica is my main 5-man, or for campaign now we're talking, but it also works elsewhere. Or you can use Smokey and Eddie, or you can use, if you need like extra defense, I throw in like Lucius and Rowan, or you can mix factions, use Hewin and Smokey if shit's really hitting the fan. Usually one of those 2, and Rowan is a great idea because what Rowan does is he covers the instant damage, like all that burst at the beginning. His potions really help with burst damage, so it smooths it out, and you still get that faction bonus from having Cecia and Thorin and one more. I'm telling you, the best option is probably Viperian, unless Sylvina gets like a massive upgrade. It's looking that way. Dream fragments equal to 300 times the number. All right, so then you're going to get refunds on dream fragments, a bunch of acorns equivalent to legendary and legendary plus. Oh, so all the acorns you spent leveling up A-level heroes to anything except Supreme are going to get refunded. Holy shit. We're going to have so many acorns. It's going to be nuts. I gotta go to bed. I hope you guys liked this. Anything else major? Arcane adjustments. I already covered those. They're going to give us basically all the differences like they always do. All the differences in the arena rewards, differences in legends, which is faction towers rewards, artifact compensation, getting us gold. You know how much I need gold. I do not need gold. One thing I do not need. Adjust the quest and rewards of the growth path. Right, so they're just giving us all the differences. So this week I'm going to be streaming every day on YouTube, live, all the changes as they come in, especially starting tomorrow night when the patch goes live, about 24 hours from right now, which is Monday evening, basically. I think the patch is going to begin getting entered at 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific. They say it'll take 2 hours. Usually it's a little less. And then we'll be live until, you know, I can't do it anymore. But we'll be live all week on YouTube, and then I'll be back on Twitch next weekend, every weekend, Saturdays and Sundays at 9 a.m. on twitch.tv/DangerGrey. Please come to the Analytica Discord, join the DangerGrey Discord to know when I'm going live, and join the community we have growing there, which is a really, really fun group of people, especially lore enthusiasts for AFK Arena and AFK Journey. I really am going to go to bed now. Sorry for no edits. I love you all. I hope you appreciated this. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay safe, Esperians.